What are we talking about when we're talking about an equation stating the two ratios are equivalent? Let me think. Well, let's see. I know it's going to be proportional. That's when two quantities form a proportion. Wait a minute. Is this video on proportion? Why, yes it is. And keep in mind, proportional is when two quantities form a proportion, and we're going to use cross product property to solve for that, or to check for proportionality. What do I mean by cross product property? Well, let's take a look at these two examples. Cross product is when you have two fractions and you multiply the numerator from one side of the equation with the denominator of the other side of the equation. Therefore, A times D would give you AD, and B times C would give you BC. Looking at that just numerically, though, let's look at this example. 2 times 6 will give you 12, and 3 times 4 will give you 12. That means these two ratios are in proportion because when you use the cross product property, the two ratios cross-multiplying equal one another. Let's look at an example where this doesn't happen, though. This would be a non-example. 2 times 7 would be 14, and 3 times 4 would be 12. Therefore, these two ratios are not proportional. Let's take a look at one more example. Go ahead and read the question. Now, to solve this, you can either compare unit rates or you can use the cross products property. First, we'll compare unit rates. I've already set up my unit rates here, so 2.4 minutes over 4 laps, 12 minutes over 16 laps, and remember with unit rate you want a 1 in your denominator, so both of the numerator and denominator in this first fraction is divided by 4. And for the second ratio, both the numerator and denominator is divided by 16. So now we can just compare our ratios or our proportions. 0.6 in 1 minute is not the same thing as 0.75 in 1 lap. So obviously these are not in proportion. Now let's take a look at the same problem using cross products property to solve for it. Notice for this one we have the minutes both in the numerator and the laps both in the denominator. At this point we just cross multiply, and just like our previous setup, this one doesn't work either, so these two ratios are not in proportion.